Hey Joe,
Heidi ho!
what you got for us?
Hi. Yesterday, is it yet? Was it yet? Yes, yesterday, two things happened. Number one, new DLC for Total Warhammer came out,
Oh
which
shit.
I love, but I'm not going to be talking about that today because I just feel like it would go over a lot of their heads. But it's great. You should buy it for sure if you
Glad you
have it.
like it.
Yes, I really like it. 5 out of 5. Great expansion for the game. Only $10. But while I was playing that, because when you're playing this game, it's best if you have something else showing on the side because it takes a while for the game to load. I watched American Psycho, which I've heard many things about,
Me too.
but never watched.
Me too.
Stay away from
So
me.
American Psycho stars Christian Bale. It's about Christian Bale's character who is a high functioning psychopath, essentially. He's like a high executive in the corporate world. He's engaged to a I guess an heiress of some sort, and but he's also like having an affair with this other girl. Like he basically has like the millionaire's life.
So
But
he's most rich 50-year-old white man.
yes,
Okay,
he's
gotcha.
like
It's kind of
30.
one of those things where you wonder, like, do I know someone like this? Do I know someone who's a psycho?
Yeah. But he's like 30 years old.
Yeah.
Uh but his but it's so interesting because when through the whole entirety the um of the movie, he's 100% aware that he's a psychopath and what he's doing is wrong.
Yeah.
Huh.
Uh, which is incredibly interesting. Bradley, have you seen this movie?
I only know about it through references. But I have read the premise, but I'm not going to pretend to know everything about it.
Yeah. This movie is really weird. Like really, really weird. Um, I enjoyed it. I would want to watch it again, but like I just feel like there's something about it that I just can't wrap my head around. It's a very abstract story where it feels like you're just more or less getting the glimpse in this small section of the psychopath's life, and there really isn't a great conclusion to the events that unfold at the end of the movie. And there's a lot to discuss about like what happens and what actually happens, what was all in his head and what wasn't all of his head. And but like another good layer of that is that he is with these like high executives, and it truly is more of like these people are all the same, and you hate every single one of them, but we consider it normal for them to like act that way.
Yeah.
And why is that okay, kind of thing? Because they're all talking about like cheating on their wives, like it's a normal thing, that that people are scum, peasants are like terrible beings, and it's just it's a really interesting take about high society and like what we perceive, like what rich people perceive as normal, which I don't think is 100% true.
Of
But
course.
like it's just interesting to think about, like, are the people like, is it okay for these people to act this way because they're at such a high position?
This reminds me of the show Mad Men, which I've tried to get into multiple times, but I always bounce off. But from what I understand, thematically, it has a lot of the same stuff going on.
Yeah, and I mean, there's not a lot to talk about without spoiling it. Like it's rated R, very sexually explicit, lots of blood and gore and swearing. Uh, but it was an
Ooh.
interesting movie that I watched, and I'm glad I watched it, and I'm glad that I watched it with my door closed and my parents weren't around.
Um,
Oh, one of those movies.
you mentioned that the story is kind of weirdly structured in some way, and I think I had heard this kind of thing before, where I think one of the things that the story's most famous for is the last line of the book, and I don't know if it's the last line of the movie also, but the it's supposed to end like really abruptly without any clear indication of what is next, like what is going to happen next for the character or even the scene. But it's still supposed to be like a very famous moment.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It's kind of like it. There's so like I don't want to spoil the ending if y'all want to watch it, but the ending itself brings up so many questions about like who Christian Bale's character actually is, and like what's the actual psychopathy that he has.
Yeah.
And
I do want to see that. It's in my to watch list.
yeah,
so-
it's on Netflix.
Ooh, that's a good. That's good.
Yeah, it's a long movie. I want to say it's like 2.5 hours long.
How come old movies are always like way longer than they should be?
Because
Maybe not that
people
they
don't have
should be,
attention spans anymore.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's because they don't have to fit 4 different movies in the franchise in 1 year, Willer.
It too was 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it still felt rushed.
Wow, that's impressive.
Alarming.
Anyways, I give American Psycho a 4 out of 5
Hey,
for the sheer point of that it's not a 5 out of 5 because I like not I wouldn't say necessarily straightforward stories, but stories that truly do have a beginning, middle, and an end. This movie doesn't have an end. It just is like, and we're done. It's just kind of like imagine writing an entire like paper, a book report, critically analyzing it, and then not writing your conclusion statement. That's basically it.
that's the easiest part.
Yeah, you think?
This is cool because now looking at my list here, Joe's next movie that he's going to watch is Kill Bill 2 with me.
Oh fuck!
Oh fuck, he didn't even know. Crazy.
He didn't even know. Well, I didn't know.
He didn't know. Good stuff, Joe.
Yeah.
Actually, on that note, let's kill you off
Yeah,
of the podcast.
We're American.
I'd like to be Christian Bale.
Okay, we can do this. But first, Bradley, why don't you ceremoniously give us a question to send Joe off on?
Yeah. So this is something I was thinking about, and it was a question on my heart.
He's had this question for multiple days, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a thought-out question right here.
So you had a good long day. You lay in bed. You go to sleep. It's a very comfortable sleep, but when you wake up in the morning, something's wrong. You're not in your bed. You're actually outside of your house, apartment, wherever you live. And you're like, oh well, that's weird. I'll just go inside. The door is locked, and you peek in the window, and there is a version of you, but this version of you looks like a me from the Nintendo Wii, and it's basically a me version of you. And you follow it as it goes through its day, and no one is able to tell the difference between this thing and you.
Oh, come on. He doesn't have arms.
It has basically taken over your life, and no one is able to see you, but they're able to see this real one, and it is able to see you. It's aware of you, and it's kind of nefarious. So you have this me that has taken over your life. What are you going to do about it?
Well, I guess I have a second player to play video games with because that's all I'm doing right now.
He's nefarious, though.
Is he nefarious? I guess he gets to be player
Bradley
one.
just
He
said that.
knows exactly what he's doing. He knows he took over your life, and he is just loving it.
He's doing the me smile at you as he watches you suffer.
Yeah, and it's very scary.
I grab his hand
Okay.
and I hide it because it's detached, and that's my blackmail.
Alright.
I have your fucking hand.
You can use the slider and make him like way heavier. Or
You didn't. If I had access to the slider, I'm gonna make him short and like weirdly proportioned, so I can kick him and punt him.
I'm gonna make his face look like a stormtrooper.
there you go.
I'm gonna give him a dick nose, and then he'll look just like me. Yeah, that's how I handle my me doppelganger.
I broker a deal with him where I have weekends and he has weekdays.
There you
No,
go.
but he doesn't care. But maybe that's the storyline, right? He's like, haha, I'm you now. And then he realizes how shitty that is. And then
Yeah,
he's like, okay,
It sucks.
I will trade off time being you then. And that's a win for both of us.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, this could work out well. This could be a good story.
But it,
I give it about 15 chapters and jump, and then it gets canceled.
yeah.
Nice. That's too low. It's like a 30 chapter. So there's some gags there to be had.
Maybe. All right.
Oh, and then whenever you get to your climactic battle with him and you're fighting, it goes doo 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 doo.
Do you like 5 in Wii Sports?
Yeah.
Or
Wii
Wii
boxing.
Sports Resort? We did the sword fighting.
Wii fencing.
Yeah.
Nice. Which of the three Mii's in Ultimate movesets does he
Oh
have?
yeah. Oh.
He's a brawler.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Okay,
our
that's the
Mii's
worst
aren't
one.
tailored to us.
What's that?
What? Our Mii's aren't tailored to us.
I guess they can. You can design his moveset like in Smash Bros.
I'm gonna get Sans to fight him.
Okay.
This would be great.
I'll just give them I'll give them all down Bs.
Okay.
Which
That's
no side
not
Bs.
how that works, Joe. You gotta pick one of each.
No.
You've never fucking made a Mii.
I haven't.
Alright, get out of here, Joe.
All right. Bye, gang.
Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And then there were two.
I made my hat.